SMT Nation, we back. Nation, we got an update out of T-Mobile and Starlink SpaceX. Let's talk about that here in today's video. It's big, it's monumental, it's big for the industry, it's big for the companies. Very exciting news. I'll give you guys the update in the news we currently know on their partnership to offer nationwide coverage, even in mountains, oceans. If you could see the sky, they're going to have you connected. All right, let's talk about that here in today's video. A link for the article from AndroidAuthority.com will be provided if you guys want some more details on the service and what they plan on doing. That link will be in the description. Ways to support us can be found there as well. Please do like and share this video. Subscribe if you're new here, and turn on the bell notifications icon to never miss an upload from the SMT. All right, folks. So for those of you that have been living under a rock, maybe you're new here and you haven't seen the news on these developments, SpaceX and their Starlink services are going to be partnering with T-Mobile to bring direct-to-cell services to the T-Mobile network this fall. That's the update. We now have a confirmation of when they're going to be launching the service. Now, the reason why this is so big is this does seem to be a situation where the service has showed promise. The service seems to be coming along quite nicely. The performance of it has been pretty solid, and they feel good about its launch happening in relatively short order. You guys realize it's June already? We're halfway through the year. Right? It was just yesterday we were talking about a new year for the wireless space and mobile network operators, but here we are cutting the year in half. We're in the 6th month, so we're not far from this. If they launch in the fall, that could be as early as September, that could be as late as November, right? But that's just a few months away. We're basically going to enjoy the summer, and boom, right? We're off to the races here. Verizon got a partnership with AST SpaceMobile, so does AT&T. So they've done their part in all this, but T-Mobile now ready to launch this pretty soon. And of course, you don't need any specialty hardware as the customer. It'll connect to your phone, right? Which is great. So T-Mobile officials have made it a press release here to say, they're ready to offer this. What we don't know is if they're going to be charging extra for this, or if it's going to be included in a certain type of plan, or if it's going to be like a day pass type deal. We don't know any of those types of things, but this is a pretty major thing with respect to T-Mobile, because there's a couple reasons. Number one, this shores up their network to a certain extent. T-Mobile historically and currently does have the smallest network in the country compared to their two competitors. AT&T, I guess, offers the most in covered miles, at least according to AT&T. Verizon would probably argue that. They say they have the largest network, but I think it's pretty clear and pretty evident if you were to go to all these like underserved areas where there's not a lot of population, they're more drive-by or isolated, really out there spots. There's not a lot of cell sites, and T-Mobile, even in places where Verizon and AT&T do have native coverage, there are some places where T-Mobile does not, so their network is sizably and noticeably smaller. This could give people some calling and texting in those places. And to my understanding, the ultimate goal is to allow people to have some semblance of a data session once, things look pretty good. The efficiency of the connection could be questioned. The effectiveness of, bandwidth and other concerns, that all kind of makes sense. But this is a pretty cool thing, and then very interesting. And, nobody wants to have a secondary satellite phone. If you could just bring along your phone, this would be huge. Again, I think the bigger question to ask here is when and if, just when this launches and when it's made available. How will T-Mobile go about giving it to customers? Included in their premium plans, included in all plans, or you're going to have to pay add-ons for it? That's kind of what we want to know. If I had to make a prediction, and I'm not saying I know anything internally about this, I have no clue how they're monetized. I think T-Mobile would be happy increasing the uptake of their most premium plans. So maybe the Go 5G Next would include it, and the rest of them you'd have to pay for. Maybe it's the top 2 plans, and then the rest of the plans you would have to pay for it or something. I think that's how that's probably going to play out. But this is pretty big, monumental when it does happen. So all three now going in the direction of direct to cell phone from satellite. Pretty cool stuff. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comment section below. All the voice of the people, the SMT Nation, let your voice be heard.